Hi all, so we're back for the next equipment video, and this one is covering the anti-gas equipment from World War II. So during the war, every single soldier was issued with anti-gas equipment. We've already covered the gas cape that was there, and thankfully it very rarely had to be used. Now, poison gas was used in the Second World War. The Italians used it in North Africa, I think, against, I can never remember, I think it's the Ethiopians, or what is now Ethiopia. The Germans are reported to have used it in the siege of Sevastopol, and the Americans unfortunately managed to use it on themselves in Bari in Italy, where a ship full of mustard gas, which was secretly brought up in case the Germans themselves used mustard gas, was bombed, and it leaked into the harbour and left some absolutely horrific injuries. Now, the reason everybody had anti-gas equipment is that the memory was still very strong from World War One. The horror stories of chlorine gas, of mustard gas, of these terrible injuries that could be done to men that would never heal. And so, whilst gas was never used on a large scale, it was prepared for. So we had the anti-gas cape. Obviously, you'd have an anti-gas mask, so it's a rubber-sealed mask. One of the reasons the British Army requires you to shave daily is because if you haven't shaved and you have a beard, then the gas mask will not form an airtight seal around your face and so will not be effective. So it's a common sense approach. Now, the air filter is this one here. Now, you'd think it would be full of something like activated charcoal or, some other clever item. It's in fact full of blue asbestos. So you breathe through an air filter full of blue asbestos. So it's not particularly pleasant. However, the alternative, being gassed, I think I'd definitely take the air filter. Now, for any skin that's exposed, now gas blisters, that's one of the reasons it does the damage, or certainly mustard gas does. And any skin exposed will start to blister, and huge lesions will raise up. It's an incredibly painful thing to go through. So you're given eye shields, but you're also given this equipment here. Now, this is the anti-dimming stick that goes on your eyepieces to try and stop the inevitable steam up of the eye lenses. But you have this. Now, this is anti-gas ointment. The idea is that you cover yourself, any exposed skin, in this ointment, and that should either prevent or lessen the effects of gas. Now, it has two very simple components, which is Vaseline and bleach. Don't know about you, but I don't fancy putting bleach on my skin, but again, what are your options? We've only seen this out of the tubes once, and that was at one point a colleague of mine had found that one of his tubes had split. It had only been like that for a couple of weeks. Unfortunately, he only found out was when he picked the tin up and the contents of the tube had eaten a hole in the steel tin. That's just how nasty this stuff is. But again, what's your alternative? Finally, we've got probably quite a technologically advanced piece of kit. This is the anti-gas brassard. Now, you'd wear this on a sleeve, and the idea behind it is that if it changed colour, there was presence of gas in the air, there was a gas attack, you then had warning to do so. So it's an incredibly modern chemical reaction utilised to identify potential threat to the army. So that is your anti-gas equipment, as nasty as it is, and we'll move on to the personal equipment next.